Chipotle. Yo, I'm starving. This is crazy. This is Chipotle. Barbacoa Chipotle. Here you go. I'm starving here. Hi guys, so we are back in our apartment to do a spoiler review for FireStarter. So, well, here's the thing. To be honest with you, I only went out to the movie. Basically, I just watched this movie because of Zac Efron. Nothing more, nothing. Just to watch
and he
Zac
dragged
Efron.
me along.
Yeah. Remember when we watched Beach Bum and you hated that movie?
Yeah.
Well, I don't have a lot of things to say about this movie because the only reason why I watched this movie is because of my favorite actor, Zac Efron, and that's about it.
It was okay. It was just a thoroughly middle of the road movie, I'd say. Like it's not bad. It's not really great in any spot in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just okay. Yeah, it's a pretty middle of the road movie. It's I think it's more of something most people will catch on streaming. I think it is available on streaming at the same time on Peacock.
Mm-hmm.
I think you might need the paid version of Peacock because Peacock is one of those that has like 3 tiers, where the first being a free with ads, but you don't get all the content, which is kind of annoying. And then there's like a middle tier with you have to pay for and you still have ads, and then there's like an ad-free version, I think.
And yeah, we didn't watch it in like AMC theaters in Times Square. We watched it in like 34th Street because the showtime we are looking for is not available, and like it's only available like around AMC theater in 34th Street, like the 8:30ish show. Because like we got things to do during the day, so that's one of the reasons why we chose 34th Street, and that's one of the reasons why we didn't do Jollibee. We didn't go to Jollibee because of this. We ended up eating at Chipotle, but it's okay. But yeah, when I was watching this movie, I didn't like, should I say, the filter? Like it's too blurry, should I say? Like an old movie kind of blurry. Like remember when you watch what's that show again with Kristen Stewart? Spencer. When we watch Spencer, it's kind of like that, filter wise.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just spoiled with HD, should I say, 4K video.
Okay, you're not really talking about filter then. You're talking about
the cinematography,
the cinematography or the look of the film.
I guess that's how you call it. I call it filter because for all the Gen Zers out there, we call it.
Well, no, filter refers to a specific thing that they do with the the camera work afterwards. It's not like a we're like, if you see just like a blue hue to everything, that would be like a filter you put on it. So I mean, it's not just the general idea of like it doesn't look as clear.
Okay, the cinematography, I guess I didn't like it as much. I prefer like HD, 4K, 8K or something like that.
I didn't really notice anything that different about it.
Remember when we watched Doctor Strange, and you see how clear they are, and like you can literally see them really clear.
I mean, for one thing, the theater we watched it in is not the same kind of theater, so it's kind of hard to judge it that way. Because if you go see Doctor Strange in a smaller theater, so the theater we watched it in is the Dolby Theater at AMC
for Doctor Strange.
For Doctor Strange, which is a big theater, and kind of similar to IMAX. It's one of the larger screens, and then FireStarter, which I'm surprised was not showing in that many theaters. I mean, it's I think only one of the only new releases this last weekend, and it had surprisingly low amount of theaters and surprisingly low amount of previews for this movie that I've seen. Like, there hasn't been that much advertising, which is a little strange. I mean, it is by Blumhouse, and they kind of keep their production budgets and advertising lower.
Yeah. In
general, which is how they can still make money off of like not making like $100 million weekends.
What are they known for again? The Purge, right? Blumhouse. Let me look.
They've done a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know exactly what. Because I'm not a big horror person, so I don't really.
Do you even consider this as horror though?
Yeah. It's I think it still counts as horror because it's Stephen King, and a lot of stuff he writes is horror. Even though this movie in itself isn't. It's a little hard to call it horror. It has like horror elements to it, I would say. And I think
I still remember your reaction with the cat in this movie.
I didn't like that. I did not like that part. Yeah, I feel like
and people reacted to the cat.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of borders on the line of making her the little girl, basically into a horror movie with her almost going, what's that, like the Omen, the evil kid trope.
Yeah.
It kind of almost goes there, but then not at the same time. And that's the biggest thing I would say that doesn't really work with this movie is the character. Is she the main character? I don't know. I don't even remember her name, but the Firestarter kid. And the thing that also didn't really work in this movie is the relationship between the father and the girl.
Yeah.
So Zac Efron plays the father, and it just, I don't know. It doesn't really. That's the kind of thing that I feel like is the kind of thing that either makes or breaks the movie, is whether you're really invested in that relationship, and I don't feel like it works in this movie. It's like it's kind of there, but then like it just doesn't feel like the pieces are there.
Do you think there's gonna be a sequel to this movie though?
No, I mean,
because the thing is, like, the ending is like really, should I say, vague?
Yeah, I don't remember how the book ends or how the. Have you ever seen the original movie they made for this? I don't think I have. I may have, but if I do, I don't remember it.
And I'm being honest with you, if Zac Efron is not in this movie, I'm probably not gonna see this movie. He's the only reason why I watch this movie.
And so yeah, I think the ending is, I mean, it kind of like,
because she ended up going with this villain guy, the one who's hunting them. how do you call them, mutants? Are they mutants? Inhumans?
It's not Marvel. Even though parts of this did feel like
Marvel.
they were. It's kind of like an 80s movie brought into the present, but then also influenced by the whole superhero movies.
Yeah.
And they even say the word superhero in this movie, which at that point I was like, really? You're kind of just going there? Mm-hmm. It kind of almost feels like a superhero origin story that doesn't really work.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Scarlet Witch when she was younger. Kind of situation, but with fire instead of magic.
There was one part I definitely... What was up with that security guard? The guy who's just watching... the footage.
I don't even know.
To me, that felt that I don't know. It really felt like a reshoot thing, where like they would say, "Oh, we really need something more to kind of help tell the story." So they just got this guy and put him in a room and then shot scenes, because it seemed like we were like seeing him react to things that who is this guy? Why are we spending so much time on this one security guard in this room all by himself? And he never interacts with anybody else, I don't think. Because I think he maybe makes a call, but you don't see him directly interact with anyone else. Mm-hmm. And you never see him again after a certain point. He never pops up again.
That's the reason why I feel like there's going to be a sequel to this movie.
It feels like a reshoot problem. Where they realize, we have all this footage of her entering the place and stuff happening, but it feels like we need something more to kind of help flesh out that whole story, or somebody reacting to something. And so it feels like, what's the cheapest way we can do that? Well, we can, what if there's a security guard watching everything going on? And just hear him go, huh? What?
You hated this movie.
I didn't hate, that's the thing, I didn't hate this movie. It just was not that great. It's kind of what Stephen King movies used to be, where it's it's okay, but not worth writing home about.
He's the one with high expectations.
Which is a little surprising too, because we've actually been, other than it, I don't know how the other recent adaptations of Stephen King movies have been.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're the one with high expectation. For me, I only have low expectation. I just like good special effects, or if I like the actor, I'll watch it. Like this one.
Yeah. So
Zac Efron, I watch it.
So how did you feel about Zac Efron? Because it kind of felt like this was that was all this movie really had going for him. I don't know who played the mother. Mm-hmm. But it was kind of focusing less on the character of the girl and more on the parent, I feel like.
His acting in this one?
Yeah, because that whole... I don't know, I feel like that whole dynamic didn't work for the movie.
Why do you say that?
It just didn't feel very compelling, or...
Mm-hmm.
It almost felt like we were... And I don't remember the novel at all, really. It felt like we were dropped in too early in the story. It kind of feel like in a different writing that this movie would actually start off with the father and girl on the run. Not before they went on the run and before whatever happened with her mother happened.
Do you think there's...
It kind of felt like we were too early in the story, and then it's just getting through all this backstory more than really getting into what the movie is about.
Do you think there's cutscenes?
Deleted scenes? I don't know.
Or deleted scenes? Well, because the movie's an hour and 30 minutes or less than that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I'm missing something at the same time. I don't even know what it is, but I feel like there's something missing.
Well, and from what I remember about the book, it's not as huge as his other books. It's I think it's longer than Carrie, but Carrie's really short. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons it works as a movie, is because it's a really pretty short novel. And I think FireStarter is only a little bit longer, from what I remember.
But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I was telling you earlier. I feel like there's going to be a sequel to this movie, because...
No, there's not.
Probably explanation on certain things that you didn't get. Especially she... How can I say? she come with this villain guy. Like she went into this villain guy, and like the guy adopted her for some reason. And like the guy was kneeling in front of her or something. And then they're saying like, oh, if you've seen her, you've met her, like you'll understand or something. You think there's more to her story than that? Like, is she the Messiah or something? I don't know. Is she the Queen Mutant?
Yeah, they were definitely
or
trying to imply something more than what was in the movie, but I don't necessarily think that was plans on any actual further project. It's just something that is in the movie to sort of imply something more that's not really delved into. And technically, you don't see an adopter. It's not like there's a scene where he adopts her, he just carries her off. So maybe that you can think of that happening, but technically that's not in the movie.
Well, overall, would you recommend this movie to people?
Not to go and see in the theaters. I definitely wouldn't say it's really worth it. If it's on a streaming service that you happen to have already, it's worth watching, I think.
Yeah, I agree with him. Like I told
if you have nothing better to do, really.
Like I told you guys, I only watched this movie because it's Zac Efron. Nothing more, nothing else. It's up to you. If you're a Zac Efron fan, like go ahead and watch this movie. Support your favorite actor, but I don't know. It's not like Doctor Strange. When I watched Doctor Strange and the price is like $26 or something like that, and it's well worth it. Like this one, how much did we pay for this movie again? Like 17?
It's probably something like that, yeah.
17, and it's okay. Does it feel like it's worth $17? Do you think? We pay for the service, so I guess. Well, yeah, it's not something I'm gonna recommend like to go out of your way unless you like Zac Efron a lot. Then go ahead, support your favorite actor. That's all I'm gonna say about this case. Well, hopefully you guys enjoy the spoiler review for Firestarter. Hopefully you guys give this video a like, a share, and subscribe. And please be kind in the comment section. And I'll see you guys in my future video. Bye.